Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So first off, we're going to start by making the base plates, which I'm doing in this manner. So there are two methods of making the base plates. You can do it the way I'm doing right now, or you can plait it first on your leg and then place on the head of your mannequin or your customer. So you can see there's a green cap under the gele. I just wore it on my mannequin because when the gele is on the mannequin, it's going to be slipping down, to be very slippery. So that one is just to create some friction so the gele stays. So what I'm doing now, I'm pleating the gele downwards by the side. I'm pleating it downwards by the side. So you do that on both sides. So after pleating it downwards, I'm going to take the two sides to the back. I'm going to take the two sides to the back and cross it over. So if you watch this video well, you notice that I'm going to be using my leg to hold some parts because there's nobody to hold it for me. If I were to be tying gele on a customer now or on someone's head, I would have told her to hold a place for me. So I'm crossing it over, and if you watch closely, okay, I used a 50-50 ratio for this gele. So if you watch closely, I just crossed it over randomly. But if I used another ratio where one side is longer than the other, then I would cross the shorter one above the longer one so that the longer one is down. So just keep watching my videos so that in case I tie a style that has something like that, then you would see what I'm talking about. So I'm just pulling the ends to make sure that I've crossed it well. The other part of the gele, I've held it with my leg, and now I'm just adjusting the pleat by the side, because after crossing it, the pleats will most likely shift. But in order to make sure our gele comes out beautiful, I'm adjusting it, and so that the pleats will come out fine. Can you see they look more arranged now? They look more arranged now. So I've held the other side with my leg firmly. I'm now going to pull this side, as you can see, and then I'm going to place it on that side. So I'll just pleat it as if I'm doing round gele. I'm just going to pleat it like I'm tying the round gele. So always make sure that while pleating, you don't waste the gele. Now when I say wasting the gele, okay, hold on. So the first thing that I like to do is, after swapping the sides of the gele at the back, I like to bring the gele forward and then pin it down so that it won't shift and move and spoil the whole style. So I like to pleat like 3 steps, 3 or 4 steps is ideal. So you have to make sure you pin it very well, you pin it down well. So I pleat like 3 or 4 steps and then pin it down at the center and at the sides so that it will stay. So I'm just going to do that for the other side. I'll make 3 or 4 pleats. That's the first pleat, the second pleat, you can see. So I'll make 3 or 4 pleats and then pin it down. So just watch closely. So I was talking about wasting gele while pleating. Now while pleating, you can waste your gele. You will notice that you have big gele, but after pleating, the pleats will not be full. That's because while pleating you are taking in too much into the plate, such that when you raise one plate, you the plate goes inside, like everywhere is. I don't know how I'll explain it. Maybe I will do a round gele video. So check my channel for a round gele video so that you see what I'm talking about. So right now I'm just going to pleat the tips of the gele. That place I'm holding now, I'll pleat it. I'll pleat it. See the way I'm pleating it. I'll pleat it. Can you see? I'm collecting little by little. Then I'll tie it. So if I were tying on someone's head, I would tell her to place both hands on her ears so that it will not move. Because while tying this one, it was moving. But I would tell her to place both hands on her ears so that the gele will not move and spoil the whole thing I've been arranging while tying. So I'm just going to tie it firmly. Can you see it was moving? Because I wanted it to be firm and tight. So I'm just going to adjust it. I will adjust it very gently. Then I'm pleating the right hand side of the gele. I'm pleating the right hand side of the gele. So if you see, I'm taking it tiny and then pleating. I'm not wasting the pleats. I'm taking tiny and pleating. And when I say tiny, I mean as tiny as can make a pleat. If it's too tiny, it will not pleat. I don't know if you understand, but I'm taking it tiny as can make a pleat. Watch the way I'm pleating. You can see that one is plenty. So I'm reducing it. I'm taking something smaller. Now because of this style, I'm even taking bigger than I usually take to make pleats. So I'm ensuring that this pleats is very uniform. So I'm just going to pleat and just keep watching. So I'm going to take another plate. Oh, let's see, what am I doing? Okay. So I'm taking another plate. I'm making another plate. So this is how far I've gone. This is how far I've gone. So I'm just ensuring that the pleats are staying on top of each other. Then I'm just going to keep making my pleats. So just watch intently. This is not something that is not self-explanatory. It's very explanatory and you would understand it. So I'm just pleating the side. So keep watching what I do. The next steps are very explanatory, very easy to understand. So I'll leave you here now. Okay, so take care. So as you can see, I'm pinning the top together, the top ends. I'm pinning it together. So I'm going to pin it and then place a ruffle, do the ruffle style at the top so that it has some good form. I don't know if you understand me, but look at, I'm just creating the ruffles. You just pinch a side that looks too big and then twist it, then pin it down. Watch, I'll do it again now. Just watch. Pinch it, twist, twist. Can you see what I'm doing? Watch intently, oh. Then I'll twist it. Can you see? That's how to create the ruffles style. Then I'll just pin it down. So just keep watching.